You wonder how they're going to find their way, how to get them ready for the times you won't be there to help, how to help them to be strong enough, brave enough, mentally sharp, moral. They need confidence without arrogance.
That was awesome.
Skills without screens for the world beyond school and sports. Ready for emergencies, for challenges, for whatever the world throws their way. Prepared with what they have in their heads and hearts. What they can do with their own two hands. What they can do working with others and by putting others first. They need social without the media. A way to experience the real world in real safety. A place to be challenged without being overwhelmed. A safe place to explore the world. And imagine what's possible for them in it. Where all kids are welcome and everyone has a path forward to new skills, advancement, leadership. Where their individual effort can create something invaluable. Something they will carry with them the rest of their lives.
Well, what a way to get started. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the May 2024 All-Council Roundtable. I am Vinnie Close, Assistant Council Commissioner for Roundtable Program and Support for Great Trail Council. Tonight, we're coming to you live from the Great Trail Council offices in Stowe. We're doing Roundtable this month a little different than you're used to. We're holding it later in the month, just this one time, to allow the council staff to do some presentations for us at their request, which we were more than happy to oblige. We have a lot of content that we'll be covering tonight, but we still promise that we will be done in less than an hour. Because after all, scouting is just an hour a week, right? Be sure to stick around until the end as we have a special announcement on the future direction of Roundtable here in Great Trail that you won't want to miss. But time now to start off Roundtable as we start off every scouting meeting, and that is with the Pledge of Allegiance, Scout Oath, and Scout Law. And here to present that for us tonight are Scouts from Pack 3001 and Troops 1 and 7001.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Scout Law. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2.
Thanks, guys, and great job on that presentation. That Cub Scout is just way too cute. And if your unit would like to present the Pledge, Oath, and Law at a future virtual roundtable, just let us know or let your district commissioner know, and we'll make arrangements for you to get recorded. Time now for our safety moment. Marching in a Memorial Day parade with your scouts this year? Keeping everyone safe should be tops on your wish list. After all, nothing can ruin things quicker than a sprained ankle or broken arm, or worse, a few days before summer break. Here are some parade tips. Have qualified supervision. Many packs and troops use a four corners approach with their adults. 2 adults in front, left and right, and 2 bringing up the rear. Consider physical fitness. How long is the parade route? Are there hills? Can your younger scouts handle a parade that might be a mile or 2 in length? Use the buddy system, especially in crowds. Prepare for the weather. Dress appropriately and make sure you have sunscreen, good walking shoes, a water bottle to stay hydrated, and rain gear, and maybe a personal first aid kit. Plan ahead. Keep parents informed of the schedule. And do you have a meeting spot to gather after the parade is done so parents can pick up their scouts? And finally, follow proper safety procedures. Be aware that the BSA rule prohibiting the transportation of passengers in the backs of trucks or on trailers may be tempered for parade floats, provided that the following points are strictly followed to prevent injuries. It is okay to ride on a flatbed or trailer during the parade, but you can't ride on it while going to the parade. Legs should not hang over the side, and everyone riding, whether seated or standing, must be able to hold on to something stationary. So, have fun at your parades, but remember to keep it safe. And we also want to remind units that you should be doing safety moments at the start of all your activities. Troop and pack meetings, committee meetings, campouts, really any scout gathering. It's all our responsibility to keep our scouts safe. So up first tonight, we have our first council presentation. Sherri Buck, our council commissioner, will be speaking to you about the new member and unit renewal process, which is taking the place of rechartering. Sherri.
My name is Sherri Buck, and I have the honor of serving as your council commissioner. Commissioners in the past have had a lot of responsibility for rechartering of our units, and today I am announcing a new and simpler process that will make all of our lives easier. Typically, when we think of unit and membership renewal, we think of recharter. Recharter, as we have known it, doesn't exist any longer. The new process is much easier and takes much less time. Membership has been separated from unit renewal, meaning units and members register independently from one another. All registrations will have an annual membership. Registrations will no longer be prorated. Members and unit leaders will receive email notices when registrations will be expiring. The first notice is 2 months before the expiration date. Additional emails will be sent 30, 15, and 7 days before the expiration date, and then again 24 hours before, and if needed, 7 days after the renewal date. For units, the first notice should be around the end of October, since all units have typically rechartered on December 31st. Most existing members will receive notice at the same time, except new members will be notified 2 months before their annual renewal date, whenever that is. To assist you in understanding the process, a website has been created at gtcbsa.org/renew. You can also return to this presentation and scan the QR code, and you can find links to the page in the menus under Resources and under Calendar on the Roundtable Live page, where you likely came to find a link to tonight's presentation. When you arrive at the webpage, it will look something like this. You can see that the membership renewals and the unit renewals are separate. There are 2 buttons that will take you to those specific sections. A third button gives a link to more general information of interest to our commissioners and other council support personnel. These web pages are to help you understand the process. However, the actual implementation will be done in My.Scouting. Let's start by clicking on Membership Renewals. On the Membership Renewal page, there is an option for family and self-pay and for unit pay. First, let's review the family and self-pay process. Then, we will review the unit pay process. Let's click on the Family and Self-Pay button. On this page, there is a document that shows you all the steps for you to pay for yourself or your family. The process begins by logging into your My.Scouting account. If it is time to renew, you will see a notice at the top of the page like shown here. Click on it to open the renewal page. You will see your current membership. One of them will be designated as your primary position. All other multiple positions will be shown. If all is in order, press Go to Payment. If you need to edit, go back to My Renewals. After seeing and agreeing to the terms and conditions, you can choose to go to the checkout summary. The checkout page shows the fees to pay and allows you to adjust the Scout Life magazine subscription. The default is to subscribe. You'll need to uncheck the box if you do not wish to subscribe to Scout Life magazine. Proceed to enter your credit card information. Once the credit card process is completed, your receipt will show. To complete the registration, you must click on the Complete Registration tab, and that is it. You are re-registered for another year. So that is the self and family pay option, but what if the unit wants to pay for their youth or their adults or both? The webpage offers guidance here by clicking on the Unit Pay button. By the way, on each of these pages, a number of questions and answers are presented, such as, can a unit designate which families they will be paying for, while others are family pay? The answer is yes. And another question, if a unit chooses to pay, do the families still get the email to renew? Yes, families or individuals will still get the renewal email. The unit will need to communicate how they are handling renewals. The system will not allow anyone to double pay. If the parent pays, the unit would be locked out. If the unit pays, the parent is locked out. The Unit Pay page gives guidance so units can renew their members if they choose. We at Council recommend that units continue to renew their members. Unit Pay for member renewal is found in the Organization Manager and Roster tools. The Renew feature displays on the roster header bar. The system allows units to select all or specific individuals to renew. You can renew members multiple times during the month, so if you leave someone off, you can always renew their membership later. Log into your My.Scouting account, go to Roster Tool in the Organization Manager. Click on Renew on the banner. Select the members to renew. Select Opt Out for members you do not want to renew. Check or uncheck Scout Life. Review each member to be renewed. Choose Create Renewal Orders. It is worth noting that if any problems with renewal of a member show up, such as expired youth protection, you will need to have that member correct that deficiency before being able to complete their membership renewal. One person with a YPT problem no longer holds up the rest of the renewals. Renew those you can and come back to renew later those that have to complete YPT. A payment summary page displays a recap of what will be paid. If this is the first time setting up your credit card or ACH payment where your bank is on file, you will be presented with the option to set it up. The ACH payment admin fee is $1, while the credit card admin fee is 3%. Using ACH is going to be less expensive than using a credit card. I saved the easiest for last. Let's talk about unit renewal. Back on the Renew webpage, this time we click on Unit Renewal. Remember, Unit Renewal has nothing to do with membership. Unit Renewal is found in Organization Manager and is available to Unit Key 3 members. The process only renews the unit, not any of the members, which greatly simplifies the process. This can be completed by a Key 3 member in 10 minutes if there are no validation errors. For example, some validation errors are: unit does not have required number of leadership positions. Leaders do not have current youth protection training. Leaders are less than 18 years old, or leaders do not have completed CBC authorizations. You will need to check that your volunteers are designated in the correct positions and review their training. There is an option to pay at the council office. However, it is much more convenient to pay online while you are renewing your unit. E-sign and pay, and you are all done. That is it, a greatly simplified process, but one to which we will need to get used to. If you have questions, please contact your unit or district commissioner. You may email me if you wish, and I will get your request to the appropriate person. You can find my email address and the rest of our council commissioner team on the Great Trail Council website under Resources.
Well, thank you, Sherri. It's time now for our membership moment, which this month is Memorial Day activities. Memorial Day is just a few days away. Every scouting unit should be involved in commemorating our fallen service members. Some options for doing that include participating in activities sponsored by the local American Legion or Veterans of Foreign Wars, acting as a color guard at a school Memorial Day ceremony, decorating veterans' graves with flags, or marching in a community Memorial Day parade. Now, I'm going to put a plug in here for the grave decoration that takes place every year on the Saturday before Memorial Day, that's this coming Saturday, at the Ohio Western Reserve National Cemetery in Rittman, which is in Medina County near the intersection of Interstates 71 and 76. If you've never participated, you owe it to your unit to participate at least once. In just over an hour's time, nearly 1,000 scouts and others will have placed flags at each of the over 30,000 graves at the cemetery, and participants will receive a certificate and pin, which is different every year. These kinds of activities show our community how active we are and how we are building character with our young scouts. And remember, if you do something like this, write up a press release, take a few pictures, and send them to your local newspaper or online news service. Lots of people don't realize that we are here. Let's show them. All right, so up next we have Jeff Kline, the Council's volunteer VP of Marketing, who will be talking about new programs and funding opportunities coming to the Council starting in 2025. Jeff.
Greetings. What if I told you that starting in 2025, there will be no more Friends of Scouting presentations for your unit? Or that the Great Trail Council will be introducing 3 new summer programs for Cub Scouts and 2 new events for our ScoutsBSA? And what if I told you about a new funding idea that will be saving Scouts and their units money in the long run? Sound good? Hi, my name is Jeff Kline, and I am the Council's volunteer Vice President of Marketing. I'm a Scouter just like you. I've been a den leader, a Cub Master, a Scout Master, and a committee chairman. I am an Eagle Scout from our Council, and I have 3 sons in the program, 2 of which are also Eagle Scouts. So I get it. I'm like you, and I share the joy of seeing our youth achieve, lead, and live out their duty to God, country, and others. I would like to introduce a new way, a new concept, that our Great Trail Council will be funding our programs as we accomplish our mission of preparing young people to make ethical and moral choices by instilling in them the values of our Scout oath and law. This new way, this new method, is called the adventure fee, which describes it well because Scouting is all about the adventures we provide. Discussions about this began more than 2 years ago, and I had the honor of leading a committee made up of unit leaders, board members, and Scouting parents. We talked about the current ways we fund programs, camps, and professional services. These include the fall popcorn sale and the spring flower sale. We discussed the programs we all pay for, such as Cub Day Camp, Klondikes, Adventure Weekend, and Summer Camp, just to name a few. Most of those funds pay for the programming directly. Finally, we had an in-depth discussion about the Friends of Scouting campaign and talked about its pluses and minuses. FOS is designed for families to help support Scouting. Unfortunately, this program is only sustained by 18% of the families in the Great Trail Council. That number really caught our attention. 18% of families currently supported 100% of the Friends of Scouting program. So, the committee developed a new way, the adventure fee, and presented it to the Council's board. It was approved earlier this week, and the fee was set at $85 per Scout, and the Family Friends of Scouting was eliminated. So starting next year, you will no longer be asked to have a person take time during your Blue and Gold Banquet or Court of Honor to ask your parents to donate to the Friends of Scouting campaign. Instead, every Scout will be asked to pay an equal amount to make the programming happen. It will be $85, but with that fee, the Scout will actually receive programming opportunities equal to more than $115 each year. The new adventure fee will be enough for our current programs and will provide a few new events. For example, since the Scouting program is designed to be a year-round adventure, we want to provide opportunities throughout the summer for all of our packs. So, for the Cub Scouts, we will have new summertime activities, including guided hikes and pool parties at each of our camps. Also new for Cub Scouts will be the addition of their own resident camp, where they can stay overnight like a mini ScoutsBSA Summer Camp. And speaking of ScoutsBSA, the adventure fee will provide for a new Merit Badge University during the winter months and a Merit Badge weekend at one of the camps developed specifically for Scouts to earn a particular Merit Badge in that weekend. Not only that, but each district will also have specific weekend opportunities to train their Scouts in the leadership positions needed to run a successful unit. And I'm not done. Even though the committee set the adventure fee for Scouts, we saw the ongoing need for trained adults to help make the programs of Scouting happen. So, adult leaders will be able to camp and participate in the district weekend and enjoy activities with their Scouts for free. And the leaders will enjoy training opportunities at no charge. The The following are all of the items that are now adventures at no additional charge for every Cub Scout. Cub Adventure Weekend or Webelow Woods, the Cub Scout Freeze Out, 2 weekends of tent camping at any of the Great Trail Council properties for your pack, a new color-coordinated by Cub rank t-shirt for every Cub Scout with your pack numbers that can be used as your pack uniform, Target and Range Sports Day, district-wide Pinewood Derby, a discount on Cub Day Camp or on the Cub or Webelow resident camps run by the Great Trail Council. And here are all the items that are the adventures at no additional charge for ScoutsBSA adventurers. Your District Klondike, Target and Range Sports Day, the new Merit Badge University and the new Merit Badge Weekend Adventure, Den Chief Training, the district-run Introduction to Troop Leadership Skills Training, 2 weekends of tent camping at any of the Great Trail Council properties for your unit, and a discount on summer camp run by the Great Trail Council. As I said, I get it. I know this is a big change, and I know you may have plenty of questions as to when this will launch and how it will work. Fees will be collected in December 2024 as part of your unit renewal. Additional information will be coming as we will be holding town hall meetings and be available during future roundtable meetings. And at summer camp, we will also discuss the adventure fee and new programs. A list of all of the benefits of the adventure fee will be available on the Great Trail Council website. I'm also willing to make myself available by email. It's simple. adventurefee@gtcbsa.org. Again, adventurefee@gtcbsa.org. Let's see. No more Friends of Scouting presentations, 3 new summer programs for Cub Scouts, 2 new events for our ScoutsBSA, plus adult training. Sounds pretty good to me. I hope it does to you as well. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you on the Scouting America Trail.
Thanks, Jeff, and we'll have some more information on the adventure fee a little later on in this presentation. Time now for our hot topic, and that topic is summertime fun. With the new Cub Scout program starting next week, we have new opportunities for providing our Cubs with fun and adventure all summer long. Up next, we have a video presented by Steve Myers, our Assistant Council Commissioner and Council Webmaster, who will discuss these new opportunities. And for our ScoutsBSA members, we have information for you that we'll be presenting right after this video.
You know, the weather is turning beautiful and summertime is almost here. This Summertime Fun Adventure Planner is a guide for unit leaders and parents to learn what is the Summertime Fun Adventure and to learn how to earn it. A new website at manatoc.org/cubsummer contains all the information you need and want, including how to register and participate in council and district summertime fun activities. This new adventure replaces the Summertime Pack Award and is earned by those Cub Scouts who participate in 3 Cub Scout activities during their summer vacation from school. The Summertime Fun Adventure can be earned by a Scout a total of 5 times, once per rank from Tiger through Arrow of Light. Our youth going into the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grades will earn an adventure loop to display on their Cub Scout belt. Older youth entering the 4th and 5th years will earn an adventure pin as pictured here. This adventure is not required to earn rank. It is to make sure our youth have fun with their Cub Scout packs, their families, and their friends in the summer. Each Cub Scout who does 3 activities during the summer qualifies for the adventure. There is no requirement for a certain percentage of Scouts to participate, and in fact, as few as 1 Scout in your pack may earn the award. But we hope you will help every Cub Scout earn the adventure. Remember, any 3 Cub Scout activities counts for this adventure. And those 3 activities can be whatever you can imagine for Cub Scout age-appropriate fun. Here on this page is a list of ideas. Last year, hundreds of Cub Scouts got a chance to experience day camp, which is pretty awesome. However, we have thousands of Cub Scouts, so let's get them all to Camp Butler or Camp Stambaugh at any of our 5 sessions in June and July. The registration link is found on the Cub Summer page. Do you have rising 4th and 5th graders in your pack? Nothing can be more fun than camping at Camp Manatoc as part of the Webelos and AOL resident camp. We have 2 sessions to choose from. It is so important for our older Cub Scouts to begin to experience what they have to look forward to when they are part of a Scouts BSA troop. Not only will these Cub Scouts have fun, the advancement and adventure is off the chart. Again, the registration link is on the Cub Summer page. Want a great and exciting time? Register to come out to hike Camp Manatoc for free during our Scouts BSA Summer Camp. Join a summer camp staff guide at 6:45 p.m. on Mondays who will lead the Cubs around the camp on our trail system. Younger Scouts will have a short hike and older Scouts will have a longer hike, and all may pick up a requirement to earning the new outdoor adventure. What a great chance to see what Camp Manatoc looks like during Scouts BSA Summer Camp, where each week over 300 youth and adults are having the highlight of their scouting year. Stop by the trading post and have a slushie. Registration for the hikes is required and is free. Sign up at the link on the Cub Summer page. Who doesn't love a great pool party? This summer, come to Camp Butler or Camp Stambaugh, or both, to swim and have summertime fun with Cubs from across the council. Look for the registration link on the Cub Summer page. When you're on the Cub Summer page, you'll find the calendar with links to all the eligible activities put on by our district and council. For example, clicking on the day camp link will offer you all 5 sessions so you can choose the one that appeals to you. You might be thinking this sounds like too much work, and besides, our pack doesn't meet during the summer. Well, that's just fine. Your pack need not meet during the summer. They only have to sponsor the activities and keep track of who attends. Here's a quick 6-point guide so you can see how easy it is to plan summertime fun. Hold a meeting in person or online with your adults and pick 3 or more activities that every Cub Scout can attend. You can see that the Great Trail Council has done much of the work by establishing plenty of activities during the summer. After all, every Cub Scout should go to day or resident camp, so there's 1 activity. Take a hike at Manatoc, and there's 2 activities. And come join in a pool party, and you now have 3 summertime fun activities. Throw a pack picnic or meet at the zoo one day, and you have an exciting summer program planned. You must plan for leadership for each event, 2 leaders that will make sure that the activity follows safe guidelines. And if the word safe throws you as just one more jargon term, there's a handy safe checklist on our main website under Scouting Safety. By the way, SAFE stands for providing supervision, assessing risk, recognizing fitness and skill levels that are needed for an event, and verifying you have the needed equipment and environment for the activity. Want to know what is cool? Much of this SAFE checklist is checked off when you come to our camps for your activities. Don't forget those annual health forms, Part A and B, for every activity, even if you're sponsoring your own event. A doctor's signature is required only for resident camp. Be sure to write down your events in a flyer and email it to all your parents. Don't forget to follow up and encourage every parent so their scout will participate and earn the adventure. Do you know that packs that meet through the summer have a much easier time in the fall getting organized? And they also tend to attract new members. Speaking of attracting new members, you are planning to invite non-scout friends to join and take part in the summer fun, aren't you? Another thing, don't forget to designate an adult to keep track of the scout's attendance. And finally, keep it simple and make it fun. Be sure to share with us your summer fun. Complete the form on the Cub Summer webpage and tell us what you're planning. When you share your fun, the only personal information we want is your pack number and location. No sign is required to share your fun stories. We would love to see your pictures. To submit them, we'll need you to sign in and provide a little extra information. That's it. Keep your Cub Scouts having fun throughout the summer and grow your pack. Keep checking the Cub Summer page for updates. Thanks for watching, and go have summertime fun.
Thanks, Steve. One thing to point out from Steve's presentation, and was also mentioned in Jeff Kline's video about the adventure fee, is that the Cub summertime hikes are starting this year. You don't have to wait until 2025 to take a hike in this new program. And remember, those hikes can count towards requirements for the Cubs towards their outdoor adventures, one of the 6 required adventures for rank in the new program starting on June 1st. Now, as I said earlier, for our ScoutsBSA members, we didn't forget about you when it comes to summertime fun. There's still time to sign up for our 101st season at Manatoc Summer Camp. There are even 2 weeks for individuals to attend as provisional campers if you're not able to make it out in person, or you just love camp so much you had to come back for a second week. Speaking of summer camp, we have a slide that we're going to put up now with some important information and dates for troops who are attending summer camp this year at Camp Manatoc. On Saturday, June 8th at 10 a.m. in the dining hall, there will be a pre-camp leaders meeting. The meeting is taking the place of the 10-day meetings that we used to hold in the past. Each unit attending camp this year must send a representative to this meeting, and your representative must register for this meeting. The next day, on Sunday, June 9th, the camp will be conducting pre-camp swim checks for those who wish to get the swim tests done beforehand and not have to do them at check-in at camp. Now, these checks are not just for ScoutsBSA Summer Camp, but also for Cub Scout Day Camp and Webelos Resident Camp as well. It's free, but you must register in advance and bring parts A and B of your health form with you. The first 3 time slots are already full, so don't wait to sign up. There are still slots open for the kayaking and cycling out trips for our older scouts. And finally, be sure to refer to Manatoc now for everything you want to know about summer camp, whether you're a parent at home wanting to know what's going on, or you're a scout or scouter attending camp. Manatoc Now replaces that big stack of papers that we used to get at check-in on Sunday afternoon and provides much more information than was ever given to us in those papers. The site is live right now at now.manatoc.org. Next, we now have a video we're going to show for our ScoutsBSA units, just created this week by the National Commissioner Service Team, and is presented by Garfield Murden, the National Director for ScoutsBSA, that will be of great interest to troops as well as Arrow of Light dens. It contains information and ideas to help prepare for the recruiting and transition of Arrow of Light Scouts to your troops next year. One of the things we heard from you during the unit leader surveys we conducted over the winter is that troops can really use help and ideas in recruiting. This video that you're about to see will help, as will a new web page that we have created with lots of resources for recruiting on the Council's website at gtcbsa.org/recruit. So let's go to that video.
The Webelos and Arrow of Light ranks will split into 2 distinct dens as of June 1st, 2024. The oldest Cub Scouts, now called Arrow of Light Scouts, will look at visiting troops earlier in the year than before. Some Arrow of Light Scouts already have a specific troop in mind to join when they cross into ScoutsBSA, but some of them will still be searching for a troop. What can your troop do to help entice them to consider your unit? In order to be prepared, here are some specific B's your troop may want to keep in mind. Be proactive. Use the resources available in the district, like your DE, district membership chair, unit commissioners, or even beascout.org to find out about packs near you. It's a good idea to create a relationship with the Cub Master and perhaps more importantly, the Arrow of Light den leaders in those packs. Know who they are and make sure they know who you are. Help plan and provide opportunities or activities that may help them with their final rank in Cub Scouting, while at the same time getting to know your troop. Be aware. The new Arrow of Light rank is focused entirely on preparing the youth who want to move on to ScoutsBSA. One of their first required adventures is the Arrow of Light Bobcat adventure, and one of the requirements for them to complete that adventure is to visit a troop. Most Arrow of Light dens will start working on this adventure as soon as school starts in the fall of their 5th grade year. Knowing this, your troop can plan activities that could be focused explicitly towards the Arrow of Light Scouts. Be sure to invite the Arrow of Light den leaders, scouts, and parents to some of your troop meetings in the early fall. Be helpful, friendly, courteous, kind. Be a scout. Just because a Cub Scout and their family have been involved in Cub Scouting doesn't mean they will know all about ScoutsBSA. Be ready to answer questions and explain how things are both the same and different once they join a troop. Being youth-led may be the biggest difference, and make sure the AOL scouts and families see this in action when they visit. Give parents a troop leader's contact information or the contact info of your new membership coordinator so they can ask additional questions as they think of them. The odds are that the parents may have more questions than the scouts themselves. Be a resource. If you have relationships with the nearby packs and are aware of the Arrow of Light requirements, you can be a resource to them for advancement as well. Invite them to help with service projects. The AOL required citizenship adventure requires them to participate in at least 2 hours of service. Is your troop working on first aid? They too have a number of requirements to complete that required first aid adventure. Going fishing. AOLs have an elective fishing adventure, boating, conservation, cycling, engineering, and so on. If you are aware of when and where your troop activities might overlap with Arrow of Light requirements, you can become a great resource to the packs. And of course, selecting scouts to be den chiefs is another fantastic way to be a resource and connect to the AOLs before they cross over. Be ready. Most Arrow of Light dens will be ready to graduate their scouts into a troop sometime in January through March. This gives the new scouts a few months with your troop to be familiar with and feel comfortable attending summer camp with the troop. Their first week-long camp experience is often a strong motivator to help them stay in scouting for years to come. The scouts and their parents will need to know well in advance when your troop is going and where you are going and how much it will cost. Having this information early can help them prepare to join your troop and encourage long-term retention. Be non-territorial. Just because your charter organization also sponsors a pack does not mean that all of those Arrow of Light scouts must move into your troop. Some Cub Scouts will move with their friends. Some will make the decision based on the troop's adult leadership, and some will pick the troop that meets on the nights they are available. There are many different factors involved in choosing a troop. If your troop is not the right fit for whatever reason, be open to helping them find one that may work better for them. If we keep in mind that we do this for the youth and ask ourselves what is best for them, everyone wins. When planning activities, you may even think about planning a joint activity with other nearby troops and invite all of the Arrow of Light scouts to meet and interact with multiple troops in one place. Each troop could provide a flyer with specific information about their troop and how to find out more. Let your district know about this need and help them plan it. And the final B is a bonus. The new Arrow of Light handbook contains everything they need to earn Arrow of Light but also everything they need to earn their Scout badge once they join the troop. This new handbook was written in collaboration with the ScoutsBSA National Program Committee to help make the transition from pack to troop easier. While they have this information in their handbook as a Cub Scout, they can't start working on the Scout badge requirements until they've joined a troop. Most of the AOLs will already be wearing the tan and green uniform before they cross over. Everything in the new Arrow of Light program is designed to help our AOL Scouts be prepared to join their ScoutsBSA troop. Your troop can provide the best experience with the proper preparations. Take some time now to discuss the questions on the screen, and thank you for all that you do for Scouting.
Okay, now we have our Scout Executives Minute, or 2 minutes as the case is here, where Pat Scherer, our Scout Executive, will speak on budgeting and other important information. Pat.
Good evening. My job tonight is to talk to you about some of the administrative processes that will be changing with some of the changes you heard about earlier tonight. The first and the biggest one is how your unit budgets. We're suggesting that your unit budget year start in September and conclude the following August. This is necessary due to the new membership renewal process, and especially if your unit is going to be paying for registration. This is what the council is recommending, and we believe it to be the best process moving forward. Cash flow will be an area of concern due to registration renewals in August and September. This is before proceeds of the fall product sale can be recognized, and your unit will need to make sure they have appropriate funds available for that. The program calendar is also an area of concern. Program calendar should match your budget year. With many new activity opportunities being added with the adventure fee, your traditional pack, troops, and crew calendars will need to be adjusted to accommodate these. Adventure fee pack t-shirts will start in the fall of 2025 with the start of the new program, and you're using an online link. Adventure fee pack t-shirts will all be available to be ordered in July of 25 for existing youth members, and again in October for new scouts added as part of the fall recruitment. The adventure fee will pay for 1 t-shirt for every youth adventure fee paid in January, and 1 t-shirt for any new youth registered in a pack from August through the end of September. New registrations received after September will be eligible to order their t-shirt in December after the unit renewal process is complete. Additional adventure fee t-shirts will be available for purchase at any time using the online link. We've also scheduled 3 town halls for you to have the ability to come and ask questions about all the topics we've talked about tonight. June 19th, we will have one in the Medina area. July 10th, we will have one at the Stambaugh Dining Hall, and July 22nd, we will have one at the Manatoc Dining Hall. All these meetings will start at 6:30 p.m.
All right, thanks, Pat. So to reiterate what Pat and Jeff said in their presentations, if you have questions regarding the adventure fee, and we know you do, you can email those questions to adventurefee@gtcbsa.org. Now, a reminder about those town halls. There will be 3 of them. The first will be on Wednesday, June 19th at the Medina United Methodist Church on Foot Road in Medina. Now, for those of you that are in Soaring Eagle District, this is where your roundtables take place. The second will be on Wednesday, July 10th at the Camp Stambaugh Dining Hall. And the third will be on Monday, July 22nd at the Lewis Conference Center at Camp Manatoc, which for those of you that don't know where that is, that's the rear lower level of the Manatoc Dining Hall. All of these town halls will start at 6:30 p.m. Now, there will also be extended Q&A times at summer camp this year during the Thursday leader luncheons to give leaders an opportunity to ask questions during camp. All right, up next, we're going to spend a minute or two going over the new format coming to roundtables that we mentioned at the beginning of the show. Now, based on attendance numbers that we've seen over the last 2 years, we average around 30 to 35% attendance from our units at our roundtables. we'd like to increase that number, as it tells us that a majority of our units aren't getting the information and training that they need to help deliver the quality program that we promised to Scouts. Last fall, during the rechartering process, we conducted the Unit Health Reporting Tool. In it, we asked the Unit Key 3, if your unit doesn't attend Roundtable, why not? And you told us that the main reason, besides inconvenient date and time, was that you found that the content wasn't relevant to you. Cub leaders also told us that they greatly preferred to participate in virtual roundtables. ScoutsBSA leaders said they'd rather stay in person, but would appreciate a virtual option if there could be one if they weren't available to be there in person. So in discussions with the Great Trail Council staff and roundtable commissioners in other councils to see how they tackle these challenges, we've come up with a new format for Roundtable going forward as shown on this slide. Cub Scout and ScoutsBSA roundtables will be separated into their own presentations. Cub Scout roundtables will be monthly and will be all virtual, broadcast live from the Great Trail office in here in Stowe, just like we're doing right now tonight. This will start next month in June, although we'll take July off for a summer break. The district roundtable commissioners will work with me to come up with relevant and timely content to present each month. And with the new Cub Scout program starting in a little more than a week, we think we'll have plenty of things to cover. Our June roundtable will also spend a lot of time covering fall recruitment as well. Now, ScoutsBSA roundtables will still be in person in each district on the same day, time, and location as they currently are, but will just be held quarterly starting in August. We'll work with the districts to handle how to also present the roundtable virtually, as we know that some districts struggle to go live with a virtual option during their roundtables. Districts may opt to do something on their own in the months that we're not doing a ScoutsBSA roundtable. It just won't be called roundtable so as not to confuse anyone. Like the Cubs, the district roundtable commissioners will work with me to come up with relevant and timely content to present each month. We heard you, troop leaders. We know that you know how to tie a square knot and that you know how to pitch a tent. So we'll work on providing better content that is more relevant to you, your unit, and the program. Roundtable is designed to be continuing education for our adult leaders, and it's our goal to ensure that that happens. So look for information in the coming days and weeks on the Great Trail Council website, your weekly district email newsletters, and GTC social media with more information on this new roundtable format. Finally tonight, we'd like to end on a positive note, and we'll do that by recognizing members of the Order of the Arrow. The Order of the Arrow is Scouting's National Honor Society. The Vigil Honor is the highest honor a council can award to Order of the Arrow members, and it is unique among Scouting awards in that only the youth members of the OA Lodge may vote for the candidates and recognize them for their service to Scouting. These candidates for Vigil Honor will undertake their vigil and receive their honorary name on June 1st, 2024. All Vigil members of the Order of the Arrow are invited to sign up for the Vigil dinner and spend the evening with the candidates and attend the ceremonies. You can find the registration link on our council website. The dinner is $35, and registration ends next Wednesday, May 29th. Now that's June 1st when these candidates will be honored. Let's congratulate them. It is a remarkable and noteworthy achievement. The names of all previous Vigil Honor candidates from 1947 through 2023 can be found on the Marnock Lodge website at marnock.org. So, Marnock Lodge number 151, the Order of the Arrow, Great Trail Council, through the Supreme Chief of the Fire, Patrick Scherer, Lodge Advisor Chris Noga, and Lodge Chief Lily Matthews, announce the names of those who, by reason of exceptional service, personal effort, and unselfish interest, have made distinguished contributions beyond the immediate responsibilities of their position of office to Scouting. Congratulations to this year's Vigil Honor candidates. Andrew Carlson, College Scouter Reserve. Julio Esses from Troops 501 and 507 and Crew 2510. Alexander Swantek from Troop 500. Megan Gussie from Troop 7153 and Post 2046. Brandon Gussey from Troop 310, Matthew McClendon from Crew 2300. Crew 2300 also goes by its other name, Camp Staff. Nicholas Johnson from Troop 9101, John Judge from Troops 1 and 7001, Walter Mansfield from Crew 2300, Nate Bergdorf from Crew 2300, and Hallie Gay from Troop 361 and Crew 2300. Again, congratulations to all of this year's Vigil candidates. So that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to give special thanks to Steve Myers, who is manning the controls behind the camera right now, and without his help, tonight's broadcast would absolutely not have been possible. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for all you do for Scouting. We're going to leave you now with a little feel-good inspiration to close out the night. We'll see you on the trail. Good night, everyone.
Take a picture, make it last. So when the moment passes by, we'll remember why. We laughed so hard, we nearly cried. They must have thought we lost our minds. Memories and photographs tell a story. Take a picture, make it last as time gets blurry. We'll never forget, rain or shine, each day we're living up this good life. Let's take a picture. Take a picture.
For me, it's really just learning how to work together with people and pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, trying things I never really would or I didn't think of doing.
I like being in Cub Scouts. They give you more opportunities to do things than you wouldn't get to if you were not in Boy Scouts.
It's a way for youth to really explore themselves and what they're passionate about.
The older you get, the more you do. And I just want to keep doing more.
Scouting's just a wonderful organization. And I can tell you right now that my life would be very different if I didn't know about it.